Welcome back to Chronicles on the Focus, the podcast where we delve into the bizarre, the baffling, and the downright bonkers. I'm your host, Bob, and with me as always is the insightful Alice. Today, we're tackling a case that's chilled the blood of Californians for decades, the Zodiac Killer.
That's right, Bob. This isn't just any serial killer. This guy was a master of mystery, a cryptic king, a cipher-slinging fiend. We're talking about a level of theatricality that would make even a Broadway producer jealous.
Exactly. 5 confirmed victims, a string of taunting letters to the press filled with ciphers, 2 solved, 2 still baffling cryptographers to this day, and a symbol that's become as iconic as the killer himself, that chilling crosshair.
And let's not forget the sheer audacity. The guy practically sent postcards to the police boasting about his crimes. Talk about a lack of self-preservation. It's like he was playing a real-life game of Clue, but with far less polite company. Did you know, Bob, that one letter even included a swatch of a victim's shirt?
Seriously creepy. And the locations, Alice, lovers' lanes, secluded parks. It was like he was picking his spots to maximize the terror and minimize the chance of being caught. Lake Herman Road, Blue Rock Springs Park, all prime locations for a serial killer's macabre picnic.
And the victims weren't just random targets. The first known victims, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, were teenagers enjoying a night out. Just kids. It's the randomness that's so chilling, Bob. These weren't targeted attacks, they were opportunistic hunts.
Speaking of opportunistic, one really strange detail about the Lake Berryessa attack: the Zodiac used a knife. It's odd considering his preference for firearms in other incidents. It almost feels like a change in modus operandi. Maybe he was getting bolder or just bored.
And then there's Arthur Lee Allen, the only suspect ever officially named. A former teacher, convicted sex offender. The perfect profile, right? Yet, despite the evidence, they couldn't nail him. The frustrating part is that even after his death, the case remains open. Generations of detectives, amateur sleuths, they are all still chasing the shadow of the Zodiac.
The unsolved ciphers remain a thorn in the side of law enforcement. They're like a cryptic riddle, a challenge to anyone brave, or foolish, enough to try and solve them. Imagine the satisfaction, the historical significance, of cracking that code.
But also, the horror of knowing what those unsolved words might contain. Maybe more victims, maybe a confession, maybe something even more chilling. The Zodiac Killer is a reminder that some mysteries, unfortunately, are meant to remain unsolved, for now. That's all the time we have for today, folks. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.